Think indoor plants are slow, boring, and take forever to grow? Think again! Some houseplants can surprise you with fresh leaves, long vines, new shoots, and even baby plants in a surprisingly short time. In this video, we're counting down 10 indoor plants that grow faster than you think, and some of them can transform an empty corner of your home into a lush green jungle before you know it. Whether you're a beginner, a busy plant parent, or simply want your home to look greener faster, these plants are worth knowing. Stay until number 1, because it's one of the easiest, fast-growing houseplants you can grow, and with the right conditions, it can become incredibly full and dramatic. Number 1, pothos. If you want an indoor plant that can grow dramatically fast, pothos deserves the number 1 spot. This popular houseplant is famous for producing long, trailing vines and fresh leaves with surprisingly little effort. Give it bright, indirect light, a well-draining potting mix, and water when the upper portion of the soil begins to dry, and you may notice new growth regularly during its active growing season. Pothos can also tolerate lower light, although growth is usually slower. One of the best things about pothos is how easy it is to propagate. Simply take healthy stem cuttings with nodes and place them in water or suitable growing media. Before long, roots can develop and new plants can begin growing. For an instant jungle effect, place several cuttings together in one pot. With patience and good care, those small cuttings can become a beautiful cascade of green vines. Number 2. Spider plant. Coming in at number 2 is the spider plant, a fantastic choice if you want fast, visible growth indoors. Its long, arching leaves can quickly create a fuller appearance, especially when the plant receives bright, indirect light. But here's what makes spider plants especially exciting. Mature plants can produce little baby plantlets, often called spiderettes, that hang from long stems like tiny green stars. These babies can eventually be rooted and grown into new plants. Spider plants aren't particularly demanding, making them excellent for beginners. Keep the soil lightly moist without leaving the roots constantly waterlogged, and give the plant a comfortable indoor environment. As new leaves emerge from the center, the plant can become increasingly bushy. If you want a plant that gives you the satisfying feeling of watching something multiply, the spider plant is hard to beat. One healthy mother plant can eventually give you several new plants for your home. Number 3. Philodendron. Number 3. We have philodendron, a classic indoor favorite known for attractive foliage and vigorous growth in suitable conditions. Many vining philodendron varieties can produce new leaves regularly when they're given bright, indirect light, warmth, proper watering, and a suitable growing medium. Their climbing or trailing habit also makes them perfect for creating a lush indoor display. If your philodendron starts producing long stems with plenty of space between leaves, it may be asking for more light. Providing better indirect light can encourage healthier, more compact growth. You can also prune long stems to encourage branching and use healthy cuttings for propagation. Watching a new philodendron leaf slowly unfurl can be incredibly satisfying because each new leaf can look slightly larger and more dramatic than the previous one. If you want a combination of attractive foliage, easy care, and impressive growth potential, philodendron is definitely a plant worth adding to your indoor collection. Number 4. Number 4 is the iconic Monstera, a plant that can turn an ordinary room into a tropical-looking space. While Monstera isn't always the fastest plant immediately after purchase, established plants can produce impressive new growth when their basic needs are met. Give your Monstera bright, indirect light, enough space for its roots, good drainage, and consistent care. As it matures, new leaves can become larger and develop the famous splits and holes that make this plant so recognizable. A moss pole or sturdy support can also encourage climbing growth and help the plant develop a more upright appearance. Avoid constantly moving your monstera or dramatically changing its environment. Consistency is key. During active growth, watching a new leaf emerge from its protective sheath can be one of the most exciting moments for a plant lover. With the right environment, a small monstera can eventually become a stunning centerpiece that dominates an indoor space. Number 5. Syngonium. At number 5 is Syngonium, also known as the arrowhead plant. This underrated houseplant can grow surprisingly quickly, especially when it receives bright, indirect light and consistent moisture without staying waterlogged. Young Syngoniums often have compact, arrow-shaped leaves, but as the plant matures, it can develop longer vines and create a beautiful trailing or climbing display. Its fast growth makes it especially useful if you want to fill an empty shelf, hanging planter, or indoor corner relatively quickly. Regular pruning can help keep the plant bushier instead of allowing every stem to become long and sparse. And just like several other plants on this list, Syngonium is easy to propagate from stem cuttings containing healthy nodes. You can root those cuttings and eventually create a fuller pot. If you love colorful foliage, some Syngonium varieties also offer attractive shades of green, cream, pink, or red. It's a beautiful combination of speed, versatility, and visual appeal. Number 6. Areca. Palm number 6 is the Areca palm, a great choice if you want your indoor space to develop a tropical atmosphere. Compared with tiny tabletop plants, an Areca palm can make a noticeable difference as it produces new fronds and gradually becomes fuller. Give it bright, filtered, or indirect light, warmth, suitable humidity, and well-draining soil. Avoid keeping the roots constantly saturated, because poor drainage can create serious problems. Areca palms naturally produce new fronds from the center of the plant, and watching those fronds slowly unfold can be incredibly rewarding. They can also look much fuller when several stems grow together in one container. If you have a bright indoor location and enough room for a larger plant, an Areca palm can become an impressive living feature. It may not suddenly double in size overnight, but under good conditions, its steady growth can be much faster and more noticeable than many people expect from an indoor palm. Number 7. Tradescantia. At number 7 is Tradescantia, one of the most exciting choices for anyone who loves fast-growing trailing plants. Its stems can extend quickly when the plant receives plenty of bright, indirect light. Some varieties feature beautiful combinations of green, purple, silver, or pink, making their rapid growth even more noticeable. Tradescantia is also incredibly easy to propagate. A simple, healthy stem cutting containing nodes can often develop roots and become a new plant under suitable conditions. If your plant becomes long and sparse, don't throw those cuttings away. Trim the stems and place the cuttings back into the pot to create a fuller-looking container. Over time, new growth can spread across the edges and create a dramatic trailing effect. Just remember that brighter indirect light often helps maintain stronger growth and attractive coloration. For beginners who want quick visual results, Tradescantia can be one of the most satisfying plants to watch because the changes can become noticeable surprisingly quickly. Number 8. Lucky Bamboo. Number 8 is Lucky Bamboo, a popular indoor plant that can grow in water or suitable growing media. Despite its name, Lucky Bamboo is actually a type of Dracaena rather than true bamboo. Under suitable conditions, it can produce new leaves and shoots while gradually becoming taller and fuller. Place it somewhere with bright, indirect light, and if you're growing it in water, keep the roots covered while maintaining clean water. Avoid harsh direct sunlight, which can damage the foliage. One reason Lucky Bamboo is so popular is its simple appearance and ability to fit into small spaces. You can grow it in decorative glass containers, making it an attractive addition to desks, shelves, or living rooms. With proper care, new growth can appear from the stems and create a taller, more layered display. If you're looking for an indoor plant that combines easy maintenance with noticeable growth and a decorative appearance, Lucky Bamboo is definitely worth considering. Number 9. Peace Lily. Coming in at number 9 is the Peace Lily, a beautiful indoor plant known for its elegant leaves and striking flowers. Under good conditions, peace lilies can produce new leaves from the center of the plant, gradually creating a fuller and more impressive appearance. They generally prefer bright, indirect light, although they can tolerate lower light conditions. However, lower light usually means slower growth and may reduce flowering. Water when the plant needs it rather than following a rigid schedule, and make sure the container drains well. One interesting feature of peace lily is how dramatically it can droop when it becomes thirsty. After proper watering, a healthy plant may recover noticeably. During active growth, new leaves can emerge tightly rolled and slowly unfurl into broad green foliage. If you provide stable conditions instead of constantly changing its location, your peace lily can reward you with steady growth. For a combination of elegant appearance and relatively quick new foliage, this plant remains a fantastic indoor choice. Number 10. Coleus, and finally at number 10, we have Coleus, a colorful plant that can grow remarkably quickly under the right indoor conditions. Coleus is especially popular because its leaves can display incredible combinations of green, red, pink, purple, yellow, and burgundy. Give it plenty of bright light, consistent moisture, warmth, and regular trimming, and it can produce new growth rapidly. Pruning is particularly useful because cutting back the growing tips can encourage the plant to become bushier instead of producing one long stem. And those healthy cuttings don't have to go to waste. They can often be propagated to create additional plants. If you want a fast-growing plant that also brings dramatic color into your indoor garden, Coleus is an excellent option. Just remember that growth speed depends heavily on light, temperature, watering, nutrition, and the plant's overall health. With the right environment, a small Coleus can become a colorful, full plant surprisingly quickly. So there you have it, 10 indoor plants that can grow faster than you might expect. From the unstoppable vines of pothos to the colorful growth of Coleus, these plants can help you create a greener, fuller indoor space without waiting forever. But remember, there is no magic shortcut. Light, proper watering, good drainage, suitable temperatures, nutrition, and consistent care all make a huge difference. Which plant would you grow first? Pothos, Monstera, spider plant, or Coleus? Tell us in the comments! And if you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more practical indoor gardening tips. Your next favorite houseplant might be growing faster than you think.